Hey everybody, this is Dave Kelm. It is Wednesday. It's Wednesday. And, sad news. And I don't know if it's any more sad because of COVID. It seems like, excuse me, little Diet Coke burp. Not that they sponsor me or anything. I'm not sure if it's COVID or what it is, but it does seem like the world is taking death more seriously or more reverently or more in a harder fashion. Maybe it's, every year people die. Every year celebrities die. Every year folks that you might have looked up to growing up pass away. And it's sad. And sometimes you're like, oh my God, a couple years ago, right? Celebrities died a couple years ago, and you're like, oh, wow, maybe you didn't even notice. Maybe you didn't even know, This year, I think because of COVID and because people are cooped up and people are trying to figure out life, when some of their, heroes pass away, I think people are taking it a little differently. So yesterday, it was announced that Eddie Van Halen had passed away from cancer. 65 years old, clearly not an old person. Lived a wonderful life, I'm sure, as a rock guitar god in a huge band from the 70s and 80s and 90s, and still carried on into the 21st century. By the way, if you like the content, feel free to subscribe. If you're watching on one of our other channels, click over to YouTube and hit like and share and subscribe and all that stuff. If you're watching on YouTube, I've posted my other social media below in the comment section or in the description section, whatever that is. So, Eddie Van Halen passes away yesterday. Social media erupts. And as I think back on the 80s, which is really, my entire high school career and almost my entire college career were in the 80s. And so Van Halen was a big part of that. And I remember as a freshman in 1983 hanging out with some guys who were huge Van Halen fans, early Van Halen fans. And I honestly hadn't given Van Halen a second look, hadn't really experienced Van Halen much. And I don't remember when. It must have been maybe the spring of 84. I don't remember. Maybe it was the fall of 84 for the album 1984. We went and saw them at Rosemont. The Rosemont Horizon out in Rosemont was a big, maybe it still is, I don't know, a big concert venue in the suburbs. And so it must have been, right? It must have been 1984. It must have been the album for 1984, the tour that supported that. So maybe it was the summer or the fall. We went and saw them. That was the first. That was the first time I really sort of came to know Van Halen, if you will. And they were great. They're an amazing band. So saw them for 1984 with David Lee Roth. And then a couple of years ago, with Michelle and another couple, we went and saw the reunion tour. God, how long ago was that? 4 or 5 years ago? In St. Louis with David Lee Roth. And the band was great. David Lee Roth's voice was horrible. They were playing with the son, Wolf, and David Lee Roth was not aging as well as the rest of the band. How about that? Is that polite enough? And it was fun to go, mostly because we were with friends. and the music was great, but the David Lee Roth was kind of an embarrassment. Anyway, so there you go. In 2020, there have been a lot of clearly a lot of loss, and clearly a lot of ups and downs, and a lot of downs, and Eddie Van Halen is definitely one of the downs. So hope you're all staying safe. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks.